Today I'm shooting a video on horse and buggy thinking. What is horse and buggy thinking? That's when people complain about technology taking over jobs. I just watched a video about AI music, and I made several comments on this channel about AI art, and I keep thinking, why be an artist? When I was back in high school, I wanted to be an artist, and I went to college to be an artist, realizing there was no art jobs out there. And now it's even worse than it was before. I do not like AI art. I made that comment many times here because it's based on theft of other people's work. No computer can create art on its own. It has to steal. This little bird right here, that came out of my brain, every bit of it. I used a photograph. I did use a photograph. But I guarantee you, everything up here and the way I rendered it all came out of here. Because I have my own ideas of what I like. And I'm not going to type into a computer and say, make my little cassowary bird into a monster. And I'll have to say this too. I think part of the problem with AI is the audience. I don't think most people care. They don't. It's like this. I play guitar. I played guitar in bands before. And it was a big deal to me to learn how to play lead guitar because I wanted to be cool. I remember when I first started playing bass in a band, I was very nervous about it because I wanted to make sure everybody in the audience knew I could play bass. And I wanted to convince them I had the skills. And so I practiced my ass off for 6 weeks to make sure when I finally took over the bass part that I could convince everybody I've been doing it for years. The thing is, nobody in the audience gave a shit. Nobody cared. I was the only one who cared. I have this comment I make, or statement about guitar players. The only people who give a crap about guitar solos are guitar players. The person in the audience, sipping on their drink and watching a pretty light show and the fog and the smoke, they're just waiting for you to get that part done so they get back to the singer. That's why we have people who show up to DJ shows and listen to music, because they don't really care about the band. They don't care about the string pluckers and the bongo bangers. That's just dancing to them. It's just dancing. They don't get the music. They don't understand the chords you're playing. They don't care. They just want to hear the lyrics. They want to hear the melody and be entertained. So when it comes to the audience with AI, they're not going to care either. They're not going to care who made the art, what thought process went into the art. All they're going to care about is what it looks like. When it comes to businesses, if they can pop it into a computer and get it out right away, why hire somebody? So a job that was already hard to get just got 10 times harder. Why do we even need art? I mean, back in the caveman days, they used to put art on caves of animals. It must be something that humans need, or we wouldn't have developed it. But it's hard to monetize it. Even in the Renaissance days, if you didn't have a patron, you weren't making any money doing it, And I figured, you figure photography would just kill art. It didn't. But back to horse and buggy thinking. Horse and buggy thinking. If we still had horses and buggies, we never would have got cars. So you can't stop progress. I even heard something recently that doctors, like in clinics, will lose their jobs because one day you'll go in there, type in your symptoms, it'll pop out Bactrim or Levaquin or whatnot. It'll pop it to a pharmacy, deliver it to your house, and you won't even need the doctor. So what are these guys who went to medical school even going to do? Well, what happens is like what happened in the automotive industry. Robots came in, right? And they took over all these jobs. People were worried, oh my God, our jobs are gone. Well, the robots are there. What happened? They just moved the jobs. And there's still jobs to be had. They're just probably better jobs. And these doctors will eventually get better jobs as well. They won't have to sit there in a clinic and try to diagnose flu and colds and whatnot because the computer can do it better. And they can move on to better things. But I'm trying to find the benefit of AI art and AI music. Where's the benefit in that? I mean, I do this because it's fun. But this shouldn't just be a hobby. Another thing I watch a lot of videos, I guess. Video that now artists like me are shooting video of themselves painting. And I've been doing this for 2.5 years. I have 150 different works of art I'm painting physically. You can see my hand moving up and down with my brushes, you know, and see my pretty face. To prove that this was not made by some damn computer. It's sad that people have to justify their work and prove that. I mean, some AI stuff you look at, you can tell right away, because it all looks alike. There's a lot of similarities in the way these things look. I mean, I look up AI thumbnails for some of my YouTube videos, which I rarely ever use, but I've used them, and they all look alike. It looks like the same guy painted them all. Art should have individual creativity. It should have some humanity to it. We're human beings. Human beings make art. Computers don't make art for other computers, you know. It's for us, and I can tell the difference. And this is my life, you know, obviously. But lots of folks out there can't tell the difference or don't care. And that's the problem. It's apathy. They don't care. They're going to take what they get. The music they're listening to, they're not going to know the difference. I watch this musician I watch a lot on YouTube saying, you know, people will eventually not be able to tell the difference. And that's true. And it's getting close right now. But there's people out there who spend times getting the right kick drum sound, the right snare sound, the right kind of compression on their music. I record music myself. I've recorded tons of music. But why? I can just type in there, write a rock song, key of E minor about potato chips. There you go. You got your song, and who cares about the kick drum? The guy in the recording studio, and maybe, well, what recording studio? You might as well get rid of those too. You don't need drummers anymore. Of course, drummers have been replaced for a long time through software. I use drum software when I record my music because I can play a lot of instruments. I just can't play the drums. I don't have a kick drum set in my house. So this technology stuff, you know, it's going to do what it's going to do, and eventually it's going to change what's going to change. But hopefully the audience gives a shit, and I mean that, gives a shit. I want people to look at this and say, you know, why did you put that highlight right there? Why did you choose that color? You know, it's because it was appealing to me. I was trying to make something. I was trying to an idea. You know, why did I make this the way I made it? It's supposed to be a reflection. Why did I put it there? You know, it wasn't some damn AI computer to put it there. It was me. So I hope that audiences get wise. Audiences care. But I don't think they're going to. I think, and I hate to say this because it sounds terrible, but I think most audiences are just stupid. They don't care. As long as they're entertained, you know, and there's lots of, okay, I need to quit bitching. I bitch on this channel way too much. But I'm going to continue to make my art. I'm never going to get a computer to do it for me, because if I did, I might as well go get a new hobby. I've already done like 15 different hobbies. I'm a writer, I'm a musician, and I'm an artist, and I'm a photographer, and you know, now I'm trying to do playwriting and a little bit of acting, but it's a little bit. But it's another thing. We don't need actors anymore either. We don't need movie makers anymore. You know, we might as well just trash the entire entertainment industry into the garbage can, because there's no need for it anymore. And that is sad. And it's just, that's been the way it's been. But I think with with horse and buggy thinking, eventually there's going to be a turnaround, and these people who are out of jobs, I hate to say this, are going to find something else. Something else will fill in that void. And I don't want people sitting on computers. I mean, I'm not a fan of computerized painting. I can't stand it. To me, it enhances people with low talent to look better than they actually are, and does not promote practice. Why practice if you can just on a screen? And it's my old school mentality. I'm just way too old, and I know eventually this will all change. I get that, but right now where I sit, I don't like the way it looks. And I'm going to continue to do this stuff, stick it on my YouTube channel, and hopefully down the line some people will find it and say, hey, back in the old days, you know, people actually bought a paintbrush at the store, dipped it into some paint and some water or whatnot, and moved it around on a canvas and created this. It wasn't created on a computer. It wasn't printed off in a print shop and stuck in a frame. If that's what you like, if that's your thing, fine. If it matches your couch, matches your carpet, and that's your intention, that's fine. It's not fine for me. And hopefully, it's not going to be fine for a lot of other people as well. Thanks for listening to me bitch.